Hello, Monarchs and Foundations for Integrated Math. This will be the homework help video for Worksheet 3.1. So this is Worksheet 3.1. This is what it looks like. It goes along with Lesson 3.1. So if you have not yet watched the videos for Lesson 3.1 and taken notes, you need to go back and do that now, or else this homework will not make sense. Okay? Excuse me. So we will go over a few of these. We will be completing this entire worksheet. Okay, so we're completing this entire worksheet. It's not very many problems. It's 3 problems on the back. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And then, on the front rather. And then on the back, we have 1 problem and then 2 review questions. Okay, so it's really only about 6 questions long. That's why we're going to be completing the whole thing. And all of these are good practice. Okay, so first we're going to be writing the inequalities in symbols. Okay, so where we see all real numbers, let's just make that a variable. So this can also be a number. So we'll just do all real numbers. Let's say this is x, x. So this part can just be x. Okay, all real numbers is also a number. So we'll just call that x. Okay. So let's take a look at 1D. It says all real numbers greater than or equal to 1. So first, I want to do x because that's what I'm going to use for a number or all real numbers. Now I have greater than or equal to. Okay, that is my sign, is greater than or equal to. So if I did not know, what I would do is I'd go back to my note sheet. I would look up top where it says greater than or equal to, and I see, oh, it points to the right and it has a line underneath it. Okay, so I know the sign I'm going to be using will point to the right and we'll have a line underneath it. It looks just like that. Okay, so that's x is greater than or equal to, and then 1. Okay, so for A, B, and C, you just need to figure out what sign it's asking you and then put the number directly after that sign. Okay. Now, number 2 wants us to write these inequalities in words. So I'll do 2D with you guys as well. So 2D, we have x, and then we need to figure out what this symbol is, and then negative 15. Okay, so let's start off. We'll call x a number. So I'm going to say a number. And then we need to figure out what this sign is. If you can see, greater than or equal to is what we used here. It looks very similar to that. So we know that this is actually greater than or equal to. You would also see that if we went back to our notes and looked. So I'd put greater than or equal to. And then negative 15 is the number. So I would write negative 15. Okay, so those ones, you are simply turning this inequality into words. You're changing numbers into words. Okay. 3 says to graph the following inequalities. So I'll go ahead and do 3B with you. So the first thing we know is we need to go to 4. So I need to find 4 on this number line. 4 is right here. Now I need to think about, am I going to do an open or a closed dot? I'm going to do an open dot. And that is because this does not have that little line underneath it. Like this one, this is a closed dot, but this does not have that. So that means we're going to do an open dot above 4. Okay, open dot above 4. And then if I draw my little tail, I can see my arrow is pointing to the right. So I know my arrow is going to be pointing to the right. And that's what that graph looks like for x is greater than 4. Okay, open dot above 4 and my arrow to the right. Let's flip it over. On the back, it says write the inequality shown by the graph. So now we're going the opposite way. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do 4C with you. 4C, my circle, well, I'm just going to call it x. So first I want to write x, okay, because we're always going to start with x. Now I need to determine what my sign is. This is an open dot. So I know that my sign will not have a line underneath it because it does not have the equal sign, because this is an open dot, not a closed dot. If this was a closed dot, we would need the little line underneath it, but it's an open dot, so we don't. So for this open dot, it is above negative 10. So I know that negative 10 is going to go on that side. Now I need to determine what goes between them. The way I can determine that is, since my arrow is going to the right, if we look at the tip of the arrow, it's pointing to the right as well. So I know my sign needs to point to the right as well. So this just reads x is greater than negative 10. Okay, and I did not put the line underneath this because it's an open dot, not a closed dot. For the review problems, we need to do distributive property here and here. This one we can same side simplify and then get all of our variables on one side. Okay, so these two are just solving equations, which you guys should be familiar with. All right. Let me know if you guys have any other questions on your homework. Please reach out to me via email. Also attend tutoring Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 if you need extra help. Okay. So again, we are doing all of the problems on this worksheet for homework. Okay. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.